$1 billion US green bond, 22% of which was subscribed by Asian investors. Bank of China acted as joint lead manager alongside other top-tier institutions. Fintech is a promising area for bilateral cooperation in finance. Leading Chinese fintech companies such as Ant Group participated in the 2025 Dubai Fintech Summit in May, showcasing their best offerings. For more discussion on future areas of collaboration between China and the UAE, especially as China is laying out its economic vision for the next 5 years, let's bring our guest Jameel Ahmad. He is Chief Analyst at GTC Group, a financial consultancy. Thanks for joining us again, Jameel. On Wednesday, guests from China, UAE discussed bilateral investment and finance cooperation during the ongoing financial forum in Beijing. China and UAE have deepened financial ties in areas like green bonds and tech fundraising. How does this partnership benefit firms on both sides?
Well, there's mutual benefits, but if you look at it from the perspective of the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, and the reputation that has been completely enhanced over the 2020s, where there's been so much uncertainty, whether it's the global pandemic, geopolitical incidents, and so forth. But the United Arab Emirates itself has really renovated and reestablished itself as a global hub, as an economy, as a financial center. The number of household names that are setting up headquarters and international businesses stationed here. And also we have the home of Dubai is actually hosting so many global events, from climate change to GITEX, which has happened just across my shoulder last week. And basically the UAE is becoming a hub. So there's big benefits there from establishing relationships with China, which of course over the 2020s and the 2000s overall has started as a real global powerhouse. But then if you take into account that Abu Dhabi is home to one of the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world, ADIA, there's mutual benefits there when you consider that China also can then invest in the UAE. And also geopolitically, the United Arab Emirates not only has really thrived over this decade, but it's seen as a safe haven. Whereas you have a lot of uncertainty right now that's taking place in Western economies, Western finance and so forth. But it seems that the Middle East is really established itself, in the GCC specifically, as a safe haven away from such uncertainties.
Right. Jameel, you've worked globally in many places, including Asia and Middle East. Financial interconnectivity between China and UAE was touched upon among the guests in the Financial Street Forum here in China. I'm glad that all these Chinese financial leaders identify the opportunity in the Middle East. Since you have so much experience in the Middle East, what's your view on the potential of cooperation or the interconnectivity in the financial area between China and the Middle East?
Well, let's look at it from the perspective that the UAE really has become the hub between Asia and the Middle East, and that's being globally recognized now. If you look at some of the rankings, the UAE, Dubai specifically, Dubai International Financial Center is ranked now around the top 5 for global financial hubs. And if you look at the Dubai economic agenda headed into the vision of the 2030s, it wants to become top 4. So the ambition as well as the reputation is already there. And as we know, China itself has become one of the world's largest economies. It's on its way to becoming the world's #1 economy. As a financial hub, there's still some way to go, but it can benefit from the UAE's expertise here. But where China is starting to thrive is in technology and AI and exporting higher end goods. And that's where the United Arab Emirates can benefit there from the interconnectivity.
Right. This is what we're going to discuss in the next question, because China, through the Central Committee of the CPC, has really formulated the next 5 years, the 15th five-year plan, which will focus on 3 major areas: industrial revolution, the modern industrialization, and also technology innovation and consumption. The UAE has its own vision, the Vision 2030, which sets goals for many areas in social, economic fields. Do you see synergy between the two countries' development plans?
There is synergy, and that's also because of the progress both the economies are making. And again, let's remember where China was just 20 years ago. And it's still an economy that over the past 10 years is transitioning itself from being export-led on manufacturing goods to starting to create higher-end jobs and starting to export higher-end products around technology, artificial intelligence, and so forth. And then if we then cross paths towards the progress and the goals of the United Arab Emirates and its GCC neighboring countries over the past 10 years, we've seen a clear, significant and stable shift away from reliance on oil exports and being seen as oil economies towards transitioning themselves as global hubs, whether that's for exporting goods between Asia and the Middle East, whether that's because of hosting international events, or in the case of the United Arab Emirates, establishing itself as an international financial center, where again, you have major household brands, household names, and financial institutions that are setting up headquarters in the GCC. So that's where there are synergies and actually mutual partnership benefits.
Yeah, definitely great synergy. You can tell it from the frequency you and I talk on this show. Thank you so much, Jameel Ahmad, joining us from Dubai.